Oh, come on. What's up? Is it something to do with my interview? No, why would you think that? Because I told you Charlotte didn't seem all that interested in talking to me. Do you think I'm wasting my time? Clara shrugged. You won't know until you actually sit down and talk to her. Molly frowned. She really wasn't going to tell her what was wrong. I looked her up on the internet after you invited me to come along today. Considering the move she's made from Boston to open a new store, I would have thought she'd be grateful to have you feature her in the magazine. Did she say why she's opening a second store here? She didn't want to talk on the phone, Molly said. But from what I can gather, it's a completely different store with a new concept. Her Boston shop, Pockets of Time, sells high-end antiques. A Checkered Past's website has photographs of shabby chic furniture, folk art, and industrial antiques. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to having a look around while you're interviewing her. Was she? From her flat tone of voice, Molly thought her mother didn't sound excited at all. Are you sure you don't want to talk about whatever's bugging you? Clara glanced at her. I told you. Right, I know, everything's fine. Molly was getting nowhere. She knew better than to press her mother for answers. Eventually, she would tell her what was on her mind, because they told each other everything. In the meantime, she would ignore her and enjoy the scenery, and hope that her mood would get better. But after 10 more minutes of 70s music, Clara said in a touchy tone of voice, I feel as if we've been driving forever. Are you sure we're heading in the right direction? A good mood was going to be elusive. Yes, Ma. Molly pointed to her car's GPS screen. We'll be at a Checkered Past in about 5 minutes. Well, if you ask me, no one is going to want to drive this far out from the city to go antiquing. What was she thinking opening a new store out here? Molly laughed. Are you kidding? We've driven hundreds of miles to go antiquing, and this is nothing. We're 15 miles from downtown. Besides, this area has other attractions to draw people in. It's known for its apple orchards and farms. Look around. Isn't it pretty? Molly shot her mother a sideways glance. Clara was still frowning. You know, Ma, you're really being a Debbie Downer. Clara turned sideways in her seat. All right. There is something we need to talk about, but not now. We'll do it later. Okay. Molly was stunned by her tone, which sounded hesitant. She hoped her mother wasn't ill. Was this going to be a scary talk? Tell me more about Charlotte Blair, Clara said. I don't know that much about her, only what I could get off her Pockets of Time website. I know she opened the Boston store with her business partner, Renee Flores, about 15 years ago, on Newberry Street, no less, and they made quite a success of it. What's really interesting is that they were both so young at the time, only 21. I want to ask her how they managed to do it. I know a lot of my younger readers, who are aspiring entrepreneurs, would love to know. Did Renee come to Vermont too? As far as I can tell, she's still in Boston. Her GPS announced their destination was ahead, and Molly slowed her speed. Your destination is on the right. She saw a mailbox at the end of a narrow road, and a makeshift sign stuck into the ground beside it. A Checkered Past was written in big red letters with an arrow pointing down the road. Molly made the turn and cringed as the gravel road kicked up rocks under the tires. She hoped they didn't cause any damage. The road was bordered by trees, but as it angled upward, the trees began to thin, and a house came into view in the middle of a grassy field. It was a 2-story dwelling of white clapboard, black shutters, and a wraparound porch with a cross-gable roof. Clara said, This is a pleasant surprise. The house reminds me of those Sears kit houses that were popular in the early 1900s. I've seen drawings of them in old magazines. A detached garage sat 20 yards off the right rear corner of the house, and there was a blue SUV parked in front of it. Molly parked in the visitor's lot. They were the only car there. Molly switched off the engine. Clara opened her door and got out. Where was her purse? Molly had to search for it, since it had slid on the back seat floor mat behind the passenger seat.